Somebody's got to get that show out every day, like sometimes you need to crack the whip.
Well, yeah. Have you noticed that like an Andrea Yates incident hasn't really happened since Ellen's been on TV? It's like that's just kind of what you need to do to prevent that. And I'm sorry,
It's
it's
like,
not
this is
pretty. We
what
live in
you
a
wanna
we live in
say.
a dark world. We live in a dark, scary world where like some woman does have to be mean to a lot of 27-year-olds who went to USC who are now key grips. But
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's what it takes to keep women from going insane and killing their 4 children.
It's a mark of the Democrats' weakness as a party that she's not running for office or holding it right now. Like she should be the Democratic answer to Trump, like her and Oprah, people like that. Trump even understands that. He picked Dr. Oz because Dr. Oz was on TV in the daytime in front of millions of suburban women, and they trusted him because of that.
Yeah, I'm starting the Dark Ellen movement.
Yeah, I think she could make a case for this. Come in strong and dark and like wearing all black and like she's like an ass kicker. It's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you've heard the shit. You've heard
bullshit.
my rumors. Guess what? They're all true.
Oh my God.
No more missing this nice Ellen.
This is so good. And they'll be like, yes, they're all true, but I will be doing it to Congress.
Yes,
exactly. Like she comes in and she says, cut the bullshit. Cut this, letting the Republicans get away with it. We're going to fucking put them into line. I'm going to put them into line the way I did to my terrified PAs.
Do you think I will let representatives of hostile nations to the United States or people that work for me look me in the eye? No. Their eyes must be cast down at all times.
Yeah, this is sort of the
times.
Amy Klobuchar pitch, but with star power and celebrity, which you need.
Making every world leader buy her gifts and stuff like that. As long as you're talking about people high stepping into the end zone, I wasn't going to talk. I was going to talk about this today until just before we got on. I saw like a major news tidbit dropped about this because I feel like we've talked a little bit too much about Elon Musk on the show recently, but I have to bring it up today because he really he's like, so this morning he tweets, he's like, the political attacks on me are going to be unprecedented and they're going to intensify. And then of course, like, Matt, you, me, I know we all had the thought, okay, what's the story that's coming out this afternoon? Yeah. And the story that came out this afternoon is that he exposed himself to a stewardess on a spaceship and offered to buy her a pony if she would have sex with him.
Wow. And did she?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Did she get the pony?
He started all this out by going, I'm a Republican now. And then people got mad at him and he was like, yep, see, they're going to come after me. It's actually, I mean, give him credit. He is a con artist first and foremost. So he knows how to act when cornered, which is like the greatest strength.
Well, I just want to introduce, I want to introduce this concept or a joke that I want to maybe pass along to your audience to participate in, is to forever, from now and evermore, just treat Twitter as if it's owned by Elon Musk. So like always tag him when you're complaining about it, or if you want to like block somebody, be like at Elon Musk, hey, this guy's been abusive. Like, just let's all pretend that the sale went through and he is the sole owner and in charge on a daily basis of Twitter. And just let that go on for as long as possible. I mean, unless he actually does end up owning it, then you can drop it. But I just think let's pretend and just annoy the shit out of him forever.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
No. I would be fucking shocked. I would be shocked. I mean, he is just the king of like 3% follow through on things he says will happen. It just, I mean, so his new thing is that the deal is on hold, which is not that's not anything in like mergers and acquisition law. That's not, you don't just go time out on hold. I don't like this anymore.
Yeah,
I need an adult.
Upon further review.
That wasn't a thing in like Barbarians at the Gate. They weren't like, they're giving people less Oreos. Pause. Time out.
Yeah, you do all that shit before you make an offer. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you do it before you sign a document that's like, I will be sued 1 billion times and owe at least $1 billion if I do exactly what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's doing it now because he got away with so much illegal shit on Twitter specifically. He would go out there and be like, I think the stock is too much. I think my stock is too expensive. And then, of course, it's your fucking creators. It's like, that is just stock manipulation in public. And no one ever said anything. Now the SEC has basically been abolished
Yeah, what does
by a
that
Okay,
even
federal
mean?
court.
okay. That is truly one of the most apocalyptic news stories that has come out over the past. I know, like the Supreme Court Roe v. Wade shit is terrifying, but this Fifth Circuit,
This is like the
The
nuts and
Fifth
bolts of
Circuit,
the actual
this is like
political economy we live
so
in.
so basically, Tim, like the Fifth Circuit Court, which covers Texas and like basically a third of the country, has just basically overruled the entire function of the Securities and Exchange Commission to regulate securities at all.
On what grounds? Look at me. Listen to me
It's
sounding like I'm on Law and
Okay,
Order.
it's amazing.
Excuse me, counselor. On what grounds?
The argument is because of the requirement for due process under the law, which involves, like a judicial finding of wrong. The SEC and by extension, any regulatory agency cannot enforce law like like levy fines and do things like that
Right.
without individual judicial findings, without lawsuits, without actual results of law. So they can't just regulate things.
Mm,
They would all have to go through the legal system, which of course they're already suing people all the time, but they have a
right.
regulatory ability on top of that. And the court's saying no, that's there's no due process. That means that uh, it's not sufficient. So
That seems
they
like
can
you
no
could apply that
longer.
to all sorts of
Yeah, yeah, of course,
sections of
the
the
entire
government.
thing.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's basically the end of the regulatory state,
yeah, like
which is the only thing that keeps the actual economy like going. Like America
Right.
is the investing place of last resort. It's the last resort of currency because the currency is stable because the underlying economic structure is trusted. If you
Right.
have a thing where there's no rules at all, it's the purge, but for the finance sector, then you've destroyed the golden goose.
So that
So,
that
but
ruling comes out, and then how and when is it like put into action, or when do we see this? Like,
well, there'll be an appeal, so we'll see if the Supreme Court. Cross your fingers what they do. Like I got to believe that John Roberts is going to be a no on that, but
right,
still, that's a 5-4 fucking decision. If you got all the real heads who are the real fucking and be legends crew who put together their the Roe decision that they're going to drop, who knows?
this is like those people that don't believe in getting stopped by police. What are they called? The
Sovereign
Sovereign
citizen.
sovereign.
citizens.
This is like sovereign citizen style
Yeah,
thinking
this is
a little
the
bit.
whole point is to dissolve the public sphere and leave only like private power, and then it's the state's ability to enforce that, and like all the intermediary stuff that's supposed to be like like influenced by democratic accountability, like electoral offices and bureaucracies. Honestly,
Right.
are all going to be gone. It's going to
Huh.
be pure money, pure corporate hierarchies of
and then
like command economy
and
basically
then
without
administered basically
the
by
liberal state.
local tyrannies.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that's the lowest
yeah.
place, like the federal government.
I want to be the Sheriff Joe of securities
Yeah.
enforcement in like
And again, we're
Illinois.
only just talking about
Yeah.
accelerating a process, like this is just what's been happening, but just faster. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants this to end one way or the other. And
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
and
no, yeah. This is
they'll
great
they'll
American
commit.
breakup shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Everybody,
um,
the death drive is in control of anybody with
Well,
real power.
well, I mean,
Steve,
I don't care anymore. Like, I'm gonna be living in the Newsom Imperium. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Business
If
as
you're if
usual.
you're in
Yeah.
California
Newsom
specifically,
Imperium.
they're
I
sitting
love
on
that.
$90 billion surplus. If they can make sure that their military has the capacity to secure water, they'll be all
Well,
right.
yeah.
But if not, then they're really in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
uh, Well,
I can't wait to like I'm gonna be like those awful Israeli settlers who like perch up on a hill watching bombing campaigns, except it's gonna be people like refugees from the Austin, Texas gigafactory fleeing after the Tesla collapse in 2040.
Well, I do have a little bit of good news to share because I'm in the industry. I'm in Hollywood, and I get to meet a lot of powerful people. I was talking to some people at Meta, and there is
Ooh.
some exciting new stuff happening with VR water.
Ooh,
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we're calling it agualess, and it's basically water. It's basically water, and wait, and it will function that way. I mean, not certainly from a hydration standpoint,
No, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but from the
It's like
simulated
it's
feeling and experience of, that quench, that
Yeah.
feeling that you
You'll
have. Yeah,
feel you'll feel hydrated even if you aren't.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
good old fashioned water.
Yeah.
It's it's like it's two hydrogen atoms bonded to one oxygen, but in a digital sense, it's in the code, not in the atoms themselves. But the atoms are the hydrogen and oxygen atoms are blockchain backed. So
Right.
like
Yeah, I mean,
let's like that's solid.
definitely, I agree with that 100%, but I even think, like, 5, 10, hopefully sooner, but realistically, 5, 10 years, we will have, like, the Aguilus will also provide some level of hydration. It won't be enough for sustainability, but there'll be certain segments that will be able to actually, subsist off the virtual water. I
Good.
hope. That's what they're hoping for.
That's pretty
Uh,
encouraging. I mean, like, the
yeah, I know.
placebo effect's pretty strong.
It's true.
Yeah, I did an experiment in my building when I lived in New York where I just, I pretended to be a doctor and I injected people with fake Moderna boosters. It was just water. You know how many of those people in my building died? Less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think the psychological effect of, Aqualus is gonna be very strong and powerful.
Yeah. If we can up that frame rate just a little beyond what we have now, you could extend the time it takes for a person to die of dehydration to anywhere from 9 to 10 days, from 4 to 5. And that's going to save lives.
And get a lot of gameplay time in. I
That's
Yeah,
not even
exactly. How many hours of Elden Ring is that you would have missed?
I tried that shit, like, I got one of those things, because I was ragging on it so hard, and then but somebody was like, "Oh, it's a kinda an interesting way to watch movies." Like, "Okay, I'm gonna try that. That seems interesting." It is such an unpleasant experience. Have you tried it? You must have
The
tried it.
VR
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, like
I've
the
done a
Oculus.
few. I've played like a video game, like a first person shooter,
It's cool for,
and
like,
that is
5
kind of
minutes.
cool. Like
It's
fully, yeah.
but then your
Oh
head
yeah,
starts
like living
hurting.
there, immersing yourself.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a much of a gamer.
me neither.
Felix has not done VR. Have you?
No, I don't really see the point. I already have a monitor. I don't want to wear a thing on my head. And like if I want to experience like comprehensive false realities, I'll just do what I do every night anyway, which is like take 2 entire packages of Benadryl and just go to
Yeah.
sleep like I normally do.
And have
I
dreams.
already have that. Yeah.
Yeah,
have
he's
dreams.
creating his own metaverse every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've already seen all the people I've been reincarnated as.
Anyone good?
Yeah, okay. So we got Napoleon, that's an obvious
Of
one.
course.
Anyone who's met me can see that's true. We got some interesting ones in there. Fatty Arbuckle, did not expect that. And we actually got my ancestor who I've talked about on the show. The first Spanish Jew who was forced to convert to Catholicism, then forced back because he was annoying everyone. I
The
got to live through all-
deconverso.
Yeah,
Or the
only
reconverso.
deconverso in history.
Well, as long as we're talking about the metaverse and now totally unregulated securities, Tim, I just want to use this opportunity. I'm looking at my High Points wallet.
Uh-oh.
It's stocked with 135,000 points, but I'm wondering, will they allow me to take out a loan in High Points? Because like I'm considering getting a second mortgage, but I'd like to take out a loan and use High Points as collateral
You
for
can
that. Is that
use
something?
well, you can use the high points to acquire collateral for more high points.
Yes, yeah,
Mm.
exactly. I want
At
to
this
take
point,
a loan in High Points
it's a
to
closed
get more
currency
High
system.
Points.
It's
Yeah.
fully closed. So I think we're gonna do a dump. We enjoy doing, like, random, dumps, and we're gonna do a double your high points dump, I think, in the next couple of months, so keep an eye
All
out.
right. Well, just yeah. Okay. I just want a little insider info on the, on the High Points.
It only takes like one country to adopt it as currency.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I keep telling the guys,
Salvador,
I'm like,
hello,
"You guys, we
Bukele."
could actually do this if we really wanted to do it, but we just are too lazy about it." And there's something gross about it, of course, but it's like,
I mean, as someone who's done a lot of like indefensible things with currency, you really get over that.
yeah, I mean, you could just say, like, set a value, right, of what a high point equals, and then stop. And I mean, that's what the crypto shit is. You just, like, create an end, like, there's only this many of them, but it just seems completely stupid, and we're not probably going to do anything about it.